Hey guys, what's up? Humble Trader here with my second official vlog session of the year of the channel. And yeah, guys, I thought I could maybe just share with you guys when I first heard about Bitcoin and how that all happened. You know, we all have our stories. We all have our first moment when we heard the word Bitcoin and we figured out what it meant. And yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. So it took me a second to think about this, guys. I was thinking about this earlier today, when I wanted to say to you guys. And anyways, this starts back in 2013, back when Bitcoin had its first main rally. And the very first time I had ever heard the word Bitcoin was from a guy named Cody Wilson. Cody Wilson, for those who may not know who he is a crypto anarchist, a young guy who believed in the power of 3D printing, and essentially he promoted the idea of being able to 3D print a plastic gun. That was his kind of claim to fame. He started something called Defense Distributed. Um, and yeah, he made some pretty compelling YouTube videos back at the time, and this was widely publicized in the tech community. And in one of these YouTube videos where he was talking about his platform that he was setting up, he referred to we're going to use the Bitcoin. And at the time, I had no idea what Bitcoin was. I'd never heard of this Bitcoin thing. And honestly, guys, that was the moment when I looked it up, and I discovered there's this whole little world out there, where people were buying and selling this thing that no one owned, that was completely distributed, um, trustless, and more importantly at the time, it was something that you could mine. And you could mine with your laptop, you could mine with your desktop, and you definitely could mine if you had a graphics card of a fairly decent graphics card. And I thought that was a crazy idea. It was crazy to me that in 2013 you could download some software. At the time it was pretty janky, guys. It was early days. There wasn't a lot of respectable GUI interfaces that non techies could really understand. It was all super rough software back then, but you could just download some software, you could run a program on your computer, it would do a bunch of stuff, and you would make this thing called Bitcoin, which at the time was going through its first mini parabolic raise, all the way up to 1,200 so dollars before the first big crash happened, big correction, or one of the first big public corrections at least. And I just thought that was awesome. I thought it was awesome that you could run your computer, you could run your laptop, and you could generate this new form of money essentially at the time. And I thought that was awesome. And that honestly, guys, I told my brother about that, and him and I both um, got into the mining scene just a little bit, just dabbling with it. We bought our first Bitcoin and Litecoin at the time. Um, of course, like many others, guys, we should have bought a lot more, and we should have held it, and we would have been rich. But as you guys know the story, you buy it, you sell it, you don't buy enough. Ironically, what we ended up doing back then was we ended up buying Litecoin with our little bit of Bitcoin that we had, because we thought Litecoin at the very least could maybe do something similar to what Bitcoin was doing. And we, at the time, um, these are in the Mt. Gox days, guys, back when the unstable, now defunct Mt. Gox existed as the primary exchange. Anyways, at the time, we had moved from Mt. Gox into something called BTCE. And bad idea, guys. But essentially, what happened with our Litecoin was we kind of forgot about it, and later on, the Feds actually ended up shutting it down with our Bitcoin, with our Litecoin that we had owned at the time in it down. And anyways, yeah. Later on, the site, the exchange opened back up, but the founder of the site is wanted in the States and a couple other countries, and U.S. residents, unfortunately, are unable to open an account to try to get some of these coins back. Anyways, it wasn't a lot of money, but yeah, guys, that is the story of how I first came to hear about Bitcoin, and how I should have done other things probably back then. And essentially, we forgot about it after then, and then yeah, last year we got back into it, and now we're here. Just wanted to share that little anecdote with you. And yeah, hope you guys are doing great. Feel free to leave some comments, guys, if you guys have any questions, suggestions for vlogging ideas, tips. Please, please leave a note. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace.